What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe, leave a comment below, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. Um, Today we're gonna do. Hopefully, we do these like once every month or every other month, depending on what we find when we go thrift store hopping, which we haven't done in like 2 years. The wife and I. But we went today, and I found some pretty cool stuff. Pretty much no vintage horror. The horror books and the Goosebumps books I'm going to show you I got from my aunt's son that he had that he was never going to read. The other stuff, I looked. We hit up 2 thrift stores and then our library, the bigger library in one of the towns we're by, has a pretty good sized bookstore. They didn't even have any Stephen King or Dean Koontz, which blows my mind. Speaking of books, I was going to read Patricia Wallace's Deadly Grounds, but I'm going to save it for another month because when I was digging through my box to find the Tommyknockers by Stephen King, I found my copy of Door to December by Dean Koontz. I've had this book since I was like 11. And, I want to read it. So I'm going to go ahead and read that before I get to Disco Rice and Star Trek. So we'll just do that. I'll save the Goosebumps and the 2 vintage horror books for last. We'll go over the 2 DVDs I found. They just didn't have anything that I had any interest in. They did have Star Trek Into Darkness. I believe this was like the sequel or something to the modern Star Treks. Not a huge fan, but, it'll be nice to have.
You don't even know.
And we've seen this.
Okay.
Yes, we have. She doesn't know that we've seen it. But I may love it more now than when I watched it before because now I love Star Trek. When I watched it several years ago, I know nothing about Star Trek, so I will show these again, these DVDs and Blu-rays in my book haul / Blu-ray DVD haul at the end of the month. So I'm gonna set that to the side. And then the one I really like that I found, a split of Clear Present Day. This ain't a Blu-ray, it's just DVD, but Patriot Games and Clear Present Danger. I just finished the book Clear Present Danger. That review should be going up in a day or two after this video drops. So this was a pretty awesome find, and it was $2. So I didn't look at them to see what they look like. Let's do that now. These are some great movies. They're in pretty much brand new condition. Whoever had them took real good care of them or simply never watched them. Yeah, like they never been watched. So the store that we got these at did have some nice selections, and they had some real nice hardcover books, but I'm a paperback guy, so I don't know, I didn't pick up any of the hardcovers. So first off, let's get the books going underway. We picked up the as we do this, I'm gonna try to get the price tags off. This one I got for 50 cents. And I've been wanting to read this trilogy for a long time, a Kid Follett book in general. So this will be on my June TBR. And we have the gigantic hardbacks, but I don't like hardcovers. So now that I got the paperback, I'm going to throw it on my June TBR. It seems like something I would like. So I think there's a prequel to it now. Now that I thought about that. But I just care about the original trilogy. That's what I'm going to read. An author that I've had in my wish list for quite some time. And there was a couple of books at the first stop we did. Oh, wait. Interesting. Okay, this is a dual author, but his name's on there. David Drake. I'm not sure if he wrote this book or his name's just on there like the Tom Clancy stuff. This is the book one and I'm going to say Crisis of Empire series or something. It's looking sci-fi to the max. It's looking pretty sweet. I will probably read this in June or August, maybe July. July is Shark Month, but I'm only gonna read like 5 shark books. So, yeah, this looks pretty good. Just by the cover alone, and my lighting's gonna be poor for a while because our main light went out, and the one we just bought came in today and it's not that good. So, and then I found another David Drake book. I'm also interested in this one. I've been feeling real sci-fi and techno thriller lately, so I've read quite a few horror books over the last few weeks. And this one came out in 2005. I don't know if it's part of a series or anything. It doesn't say. So if this is a standalone, this will probably be the one I read instead of the other one. I'll have my wife look it up. She's looking over here. I'm showing her. See if that's part of a series or anything. And then one I was real happy to find, and I should have. They had book 2 and book 3 of this 7-book series at our Goodwill, and I should have got the 3rd book, but I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. But I will order the first one off Amazon. I love W.B. Griffin, but I have been sleeping on him for a while. But I think it's time to remedy that. You know, I'm not just gonna read horror all the time. I do love me some techno thrillers, some espionage, military. You know what I'm saying? Dig it? Military fiction.
It's book 4 and 4 books. Wait, 4 of 13.
Okay, so The Way to Glory is book 4 of 13 in a series. So we won't be reading that anytime soon. But I'm glad to have some David Drake on the shelf. I've been wanting to get some of his books for a long time, so and he'll be a new author for me when I finally get to read it. WB is not a new author. I read a few of his books. I need to read more. So, and then a cool one I found that will probably go in my big books for August read through. Is Battlefield Earth. Unless I want to read it sooner. It's a hefty book. Well, my okay, I didn't even look at the page count. Good Lord, have mercy. I'm sure the book is far superior to the movie, but I did like the movie when I was growing up. 1,050 pages. It's got the actors from the movie on the back and the director, John Travolta in his heyday. This book, the movie was okay. I didn't even know it was a book, so it looks pretty crazy. I don't think this one was part of a series. We looked it up on Amazon and it was just by itself. So that one I'm pretty interested in getting to. And then this one I actually am going to read probably towards the end of the month. I do have another copy of it, the regular copy, but I found the media tie-in cover copy and I wanted it. And it was $2, $2.50. And that's The Sum of All Fears. I really like this cool movie tie-in cover. I have the other one right here. I'll show you. I almost was going to read it right away after Clear and Present Danger, but I don't know which one I'm going to read yet. I like them both. The movie's really good. I watched that when I was a teenager. Okay, and then my aunt's son had a couple of vintage horror books and a Goosebumps book I really wanted, and I finally made my way over there to pick them up. And we got Calling All Creeps. I'll probably just read this one day for fun. Be like a little 30-minute read. We were going to read this in our little book club a long time ago, and we never got to it. So, it's original Goosebumps, number 50. So, just a fun little read. Then we got Dying Light by Evan Chandler. This came out in 1979. We got an Electro Harmonic sticker in there. It's a pretty short read, so horrifying story of supernatural revenge. Eve Winston had reached a crossroads in her life. Her marriage had ended in tragedy, and she was growing tired of the New York art world. When she learned that her aunt was dying, Eve decided to return to Edom, the small country town that had been her home. Some powerful instinct was drawing her back to a place which had given her only pain and sorrow. But before her baby was born, she knew she must conquer the strange terrors that surrounded her childhood. Were they just the empty fears of youth, or was a more sinister evil lurking there, waiting for her? Damn, that sounds good. We're going to probably put that on the June TBR. And then the final book, one I'm probably going to read next month. I'm going to shift around my May TBR to squeeze this one in. I'm going to be throwing it on my, the books I really want to read in the next couple of months stacked behind me. I have some up there too. But we have Sean Hudson's Erebus, so however you say that, Erebus. The people of Wakely are pale and gaunt. They have abnormally long fingernails and prominent teeth. Some of them have hair on the palms of their hands. Their animals are ugly and vicious, their offspring born mutant. Mares eat their newborn foals. Fowls. Damn, I can't say that word. Bullocks rampage in the slaughterhouse and kill their would-be butchers. What is poisoning the lifeblood of this small town? What evil force has it in its thrall? Sounds pretty sick, actually. It sounds like there's going to be some disgusting scenes in that. But that one's probably going on my... Oh, and that came out in... This one's probably going on my May TBR. 1984. His books are kind of hard to find, so I was glad to get this one. I think I gave this one to my aunt's kid. Oh, I did give both, right? And then he said he lost them, but I'm glad to get them back. I feel like I started to read this one, but I probably didn't. I know I never messed with the Erebus, but man, this bad boy right here, well, look at that. That is a tome right there. I'm excited for it. And then I dug out, since I've been writing again, I've been feeling like I wanted to read more Kuntz and at least a little bit of King this year. So I dug out this trade paperback copy of the Tommy Knockers. I don't really like the way these big giant books look, but you think it's long, but then you open it up and there's barely any words per page. Look at all that wasted space on the paper. Like, I know there's a lot of mass market paperbacks are kind of going away and we're moving to this trade paperback style, but it's so damn ugly. But I'll probably read this one either in May or June. I don't think I'll get to it this month. I want to though. Unless I dump some stuff, which I might hold off on my James Rowland book and the Cradle Kill. I don't know. And then, like I said, if I get the I'm gonna order the book one from Amazon today. I'm probably gonna squeeze that in as well. So I don't know. TBRs are constantly shifting. That's why I hate doing TBR videos, because I never stick with it. So, but that's the video today, guys. It was a fun haul. I had a great time. It was actually decent going and shopping around, but yeah, with the kids, it wasn't that bad. But I feel kind of sick from being around so many people. It kind of messed me up. I gotta take like another month before I go back out in public. That's the video today, guys. Like I said, I shifted my book I was currently reading. I'm gonna read Door to December, and I think I'll put up a poll after this video and let y'all vote for what I want to read next. So that's the video today, guys. Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell. Later.